Yeah, yeah, yeah. Crowd hum rises beneath glass towers. Crosswalk lights blinking steady rhythm. Shoes tap patterns across concrete grid. Morning heat settles on restless shoulders. Crowded silence hides behind loud laughter. Crowd murmur rolls through subway tunnels. Faces glow in reflected screen light. No one speaks beyond necessity, yeah. Small talk floats near office elevators. Polite talk cushions awkward timing. Casual talk circles weather predictions. Voices remain safely uncommitted. Low conversation drifts across lunch tables. Paper cups swept beside plastic lids, yeah. Chairs scrape softly against tile. Air conditioning hums overhead, yeah. Social silence lingers in shared workspace. Deep words clicking uneven tempo. Eyes lift and quickly retreat. Distance survives inside proximity, yeah. Meaningful pause interrupts routine exchange. Four covers above untouched plane, yeah. Background music thins to whisper. Time tightens around fragile moment. Meaningful look crosses fluorescent lighting. Emotional tone deepens without raised volume. Breath steadies under sudden clarity. Noise recedes behind focused attention. Crowd memory builds in lay fragments. Elevator mirrors reflects fading expressions. Footsteps echo down polished corridors. Outside traffic pulses through glass. Crowd hum returns at closing hour. Crowded silence reforms at bus stops. Neon side niche flickers along avenue. Wind carries distance, siren call. Casual talk softens into evening rhythm. Low conversation threads through dim cafe. Steam rises from ceramic mugs. Rain taps lightly against window, yeah. Oh, oh, so oh. Social silence shifts into quiet presence. Meaningful pause no longer uneasy. Shared air feels less divided. Heartbeat slows beneath city glow, yeah. Crowd memory settles into reflection. Emotional tone lingers past departure. Crowd murmur fades with midnight. Silence remains but feels different. Oh, oh. Yeah. Market Street wakes under pale sunlight. Shutters rise with metallic rattling echoes. Sidewalk chalk marks yesterday's prices. Morning air smells faintly of citrus. Street vendor arranges oranges in pyramids. Fruit stand colors spill across canvas shade. Coins clink inside shallow metal tray. Apron pockets sag with folded bills. Paper bag wrinkles under fresh weight. Handles twist against restless fingers. Grocery run feels routine yet fragile. Footsteps merge with passing traffic rhythm. Quick purchase sealed with brief nods. Small talk floats between cautious smiles. But life phrases soften transactional edges. Receipts fold in the back pocket. Crowd hum thickens near intersections. Crowd blur softens unfamiliar faces. Neon signs reflecting shop windows. Engines idle beneath hanging wires. Crowd distance grows within proximity. Shoulders brush yet remain guarded. Eyes avoid prolonged attention. Movement flows like restless current. Social silence hides beneath noise. Laughter echoes without deep anchor. Conversation skims surface layers. No one lingers beyond necessity. Share look crosses crowded walkway. Eye contact holds one extra second. Emotional tone shifts without words. Air tightens around that moment. Street conversation dressed near bakery door. Coffee steam rises into open sky. Loose change drops in a jar. Wind carries distance, siren cry. Bar conversation Conversation waits for evening hours. Stools scrape across one tile floor. Glasses line, polished wooden counter. Light dims into amber glow. Crowd memory forms and fragments. Fruit stand colors fade behind traffic. Paper bag rests against kitchen table. Small talk echoes in quiet room. Market street settles into dust. Crowd hum, low words, the steady murmur. Shared look lingers beyond daylight. Emotional tone deepens after departure.
Wire paths stretching beneath wooden floor. Insulated wire humming under dim light. Connector click echoes in quiet room. Signal restore rising after brief silence. Connection warm spreading through hidden circuits. Wire path tracing careful geometry. Insulated wire guarding fragile current. Connector click sealing subtle exchange. Signal restore glowing on small display. Connection warm settling into rhythm. Wire path bend around table legs. Insulated wire steady against cold walls. Connector click sharp but reassuring. Signal restore washing across interface. Connection warm holding steady pulse. Wire path crossing beneath carpet dust. Insulated wire soft beneath fingertips. Connector click finalizing fragile link. Signal restore lifting static veil. Connection warm replacing distant hum. Wire path winding through narrow spaces. Insulated wire shielding fragile spark. Connector click locking metal tip. Signal restore calm and blinking warning. Connection warm spreading through silent devices. Wire path aligned with quiet intent. Insulated wire resting in cable coil. Connector click small but decisive. Signal restore bright against dark screen. Connection warm filling empty apartment. Wire path humming low beneath floorboards. Insulated wire steady without tremor. Connector click anchoring loose connection. Signal restore rising from signal break. Connection warm soft as distant echo. Wire path guiding unseen exchange. Insulated wire wrapped in rubber cover. Connector click sealing port connect. Signal restore clearing error message. Connection warm stronger than before. Wire path quiet but essential. Insulated wire carrying subtle heat. Connector click precise and final. Signal restore holding steady line. Connection warm glowing beneath plastic cover. Wire path fading into background hum. Insulated wire calm through long night. Connector click complete. Signal restore stable.
Sound culture hums beneath flickering streetlights. Subway echoes carry rhythms through empty tunnels. Neon reflections ripple over wet pavement. Late night footsteps sync with soft urban bass. Rhythm culture moves through narrow side streets. Graffiti colors vibrate with pulsing tension. Skateboards tap on cracked concrete corners. Distant voices merge with soft drum loops. Beat culture flows through open cafe windows. Coffee steam dance above chip tables. Headphones hum layer kick patterns. Vinyl scratches actuate mellow chords. Blues culture weaves through crowded late night bars. Guitar licks bend under smoky dim lights. Saxophones cry into empty corners. Footsteps echo on polished wooden floors. Soul culture rises over sidewalk performers. Drum beats vibrate beneath worn sneakers. Passers-by sway to improvised melodies. Cups clink for coins and muted rhythm. Night culture embraces shadows without judgment. Street lamps flicker across puddles and asphalt. Car horns punctuate quiet reverie. Window lights blink over silent alleys. Urban culture breeze across high rooftops. Air conditioners hum over distant traffic. Billboards flicker with bold neon statements. Fire escapes cast ladder shadows down walls. Modern culture intertwines with fading echoes. Smartphones hum as messages drift past. Earbuds pulse to unseen soundstage. Screens glow with soft blue light. Old culture lingers in corner record shops. Dusty blues records hum with familiar warmth. Vinyl spins under gentle hands. Stories repeat with subtle reverence. Tradition tone floats above morning mist. Church bells ring across sleepy streets. Folk melodies drift along narrow alleys. Wooden doors vibrate under soft wind. Traditional rhythm guides late night walkers. Steps align with fading drum rolls. Shadows lengthen beneath lampposts. Time stretches across cobbled stone. Yeah, yeah. Traditional melody hums in empty plazas. Sound culture, rhythm culture, beat culture, blues culture, soul culture merge at night. Urban culture fades into quiet dawn.
City culture breeze beneath neon signs. Subway echoes carve urban rhythm. Footsteps sync with distant bass. Concrete carries layer stories. Street culture moves through side avenues. Graffiti lines pulse with intention. Skate wheels glide across pavement. Night markers glow under hanging bulbs. Music culture spills from open windows. Drum beats travel across narrow blocks. Voices rise over sample chords. Head nods mark shared tempo. Cultural tone shapes everyday language. Gestures carry inherited cadence. Silence speaks with subtle inflection. Rhythm guides collective motion. Yeah. Cultural memory rests in murals. Old photographs line cafe walls. Stories pass through generations. Names echo in familiar corners. Cultural rhythm steadies public spaces. Markets pulse with patterned exchange. Train platforms hum in sync. Street lights blink in quiet tempo. Personal space narrows in crowded trains. Personal boundary shifts with proximity. Soft boundary adapts without fracture. Invisible boundary guards inner self. Social boundary finds public posture. Eyes adjust to shifting closeness. Hands remain aware of distance. Bodies move with cautious grace. Emotional honesty cuts through noise. Feeling truth rises beyond pride. Voices steady under shared tempo. Air thickens with mutual recognition. Feeling warmth spreads through gathered crowd. Hands clap in synchronized motion. Bass vibrates through concrete floor. Faces glow beneath stage lights. Personal boundary softens during chorus. Invisible boundary lowers with trust. Street culture unites scattered strangers. City culture hums in harmony. Music culture carries collective breath. Cultural tone lingers after last note. Emotional honesty anchors final chord. Cultural memory echoes in the night. emotional. Low settles beneath late evening sky. Street lights flicker against tire reflections. Breeze slows in the measured rhythm. Thoughts move without sudden collision. Emotional, soft lingers behind steady gaze. Voice lowers without losing clarity. Hands rest calmly on wooden table. Air carries restrained intention. Emotional calm spreads across dim room. Window glass mirrors compose posture. Outside traffic come fades gently. Inner noise begins dissolving. Emotional control steadies rising impulse. Pulse evens under quiet discipline. Shoulders drop from guarded tension. Silence strengthens inner structure. Emotional balance forms through small decisions. Measure words, replace reactive sparks. Listening grows deeper than speaking. Distance softens into awareness. Emotional restraint shapes fragile conversations. Tone remains grounded and deliberate. Pauses carry thoughtful intention. Space remains respectfully intact. Feeling weight presses against chest. Memories gather without distortion. Breath supports steady composure. Stillness holds unspoken stories. Feeling depth expands beneath reflection. Questions surface without sharp edges. Awareness widens beyond impulse. Focus sharpens to where enters after surrender. Shoulders loosen under acceptance. Steps feel grounded yet gentle. Room brightens without added light. Emotional honesty reshapes conversation. Words align with internal rhythm. No disguise hides subtle tremor. Truth breathes without resistance. Personal truth stands without defense. Voice steady under careful cadence. Eyes remain open without flinch. Presence replaces performance. Quiet boundary protects fragile growth. Emotional balance rests in center. Emotional calm steadies final breath. Night settles without inner storm.
Wire past mounts beneath the studio carpet. The scabbards along hidden wooden seams. No light rest over silent equipment rides. Night hum settles in the patient stillness. Table past curves behind metal shelves. Plastic cover reflects faint amber glow. Loose ends drag across cool concrete. Air carries the weight of delay. Earlier than words, signal breaks. Static swallowed the fragile melody. Meters frozen, stubborn silence. Confidence thinned on the flickering LEDs. Connect the click, snaps clean and sharp. Small green icon, stars blink to steady. Signal restored tears in corner screen. Breath eases from tight lungs. Connects a stable across both channels. Low frequencies return without distortion. Kick drum lands in measured rhythm. Room vibrates with controlled energy. Lonely presence lingers near window. CD lights blur behind thin curtains. Coffee cools beside dusty notebook. Clock ticks louder than usual. Shared presence forms through quiet audio. Voices move carefully through speakers. softens, empty walls mixed to sounds without physical motion. Without physical motion. Wild path forgotten, beneath layered sound. Effort dissolves into background hum. Music spreads across dim receding shadows, loosen their rigid edges. Connection stable through fragile silence. No wall and lights interrupt momentum. Baseline rolls with confident warm stare. Brushes light without tension. Signal me skull blows like small sunrise. Green for flecking tired eyes. Hands hover for worn controls. Focus sharpens with renewed calm. Share presence steadies uneven thoughts. Room feels less sharply divided. Yeah, there is softer undertones. Diet stretches but no longer heavy. Yet essential. Connection stable beyond doubt tonight. Signal restore fades into routine. Music remains long after midnight.
Yeah. Night culture hums beneath glowing street lights. Crowds drift slowly across wet city sidewalks. Neon signs pulsing rhythm with footsteps. Wind carries distant sounds from narrow alleys. Urban culture shapes casual conversations softly. Street musician lay your melodies over traffic hum. Final crackles in open cafe windows. Subtle drum beats anchor passing shadowed figures. Modern culture whispers through buzzing neon signs. Smartphone screens reflect flickering pavement reflections. Footsteps align with distant subway vibrations. Laughter drifts from hidden rooftop gathering. Beat culture flows beneath quiet lamplight. Kick drum hums under upright bass resonance. Snare brushes whisper soft accents. Melodies fold into the late night city rhythm. Sound culture lingers in empty side streets. Guitar hums beneath warm yellow light. Ambient incense glide through open doorways. Street corners vibrate with gentle impulse. Soulful feel softens hurried movements quietly. Hands brush briefly over warm railings. Eyes meet with subtle acknowledgement. Moments fold naturally into evening come. Mellow feel rise the night steady energy. Windows reflect amber glows and flickering shadows. Small interactions leave lasting impressions. Footsteps echo through narrow alleyways. Lag feel shapes, see silent city moment. Breath moves with the hum of distant traffic. Doorways frame fleeting figures without notice. Night air carries muted ambient resonance. Authentic feel blooms in unnoticed corners. Vinyl records spin beneath careful hands. And melody drifts along cracked pavement edges. Ambient tones wrap around warm street lights. Real feel anchors footsteps in quiet cadence. Street performers hum subtle monic sequences. Drum beats sync with passing bicycle wheels. City exhales through open alleyways. Yeah. Natural feel flows through within windows. Footsteps pace themselves with measured intent. Ambient sounds thread over soft nighttime voices. Neon reflections stretch across polished stone. Unforced feel settles as the night wanes. Soulful feel, mellow feel, relaxed feel, authentic feel, real feel, natural feel. Urban culture drifts into quiet morning calm.
Yeah.
culture hums beneath warm wooden floors. Guitar strings bend under experienced hands. Bass lines vibrate through dimly lit rooms. Notes echo softly along dusty windowsills. Additional tone guides each measured step. Tambourines rattle under gentle fingers. Footfalls align with soft drum accents. Voices carry through shadows and arches. Additional rhythm rises from cobblestone streets. Feet tap beneath glowing lamplight. Melodies linger across narrow alleys. Echoes blend with subtle urban textures. Additional melody drifts above candlelit corners. Notes stretch beneath worn ceiling beams. Harmonies flow through empty hallways. Music flows softly in the quiet air. Folk tone colors, late night market square. Strings hum beneath vendor tables. Wind carries music through narrow streets. Footsteps echo in gentle patterns. Folk rhythm moves along familiar paths. Street performers fold rhythm in the conversation. Rhythms guide wandering children softly. Laughter drifts like gentle wind. Folk memory whispers from worn photograph albums. Hands trace faded corners with care. Stories echo across generations. Time folds in a rhythmic pulse. Ancestral memory hums through open windows. Notes vibrate with unbroken lineage. Air carries melodies through empty plazas. Past voices fold into present sound. Generational echo drifts all on rooftops. Melodies sync with distant train tracks. Windows vibrate with soft harmonic tones. Footsteps echo beneath warm street lamps. A cerebral core echo resonates in narrow corridors. Songs fold into silent rooms. Drum beats ripple beneath wooden stairs. Music traces past and present seamlessly. Past music anchors hearts beneath dim light. Vinyl spins softly in open cafes. Notes drift into quiet side streets. Melodies linger through fading shadows.
Old blues still carries warmth in the evening. Traditional tone, traditional rhythm, traditional melody. Folk tone, folk rhythm, folk memory unite. Generational echo fades in the night's calm.
Culture hums beneath smoky late night bars. Guitar strings bend under callous fingers. Saxophone whistles travel through dim rooms. Bass hums steady beneath warm floorboards. So culture rises with gentle piano chords. Voices layer over warm upright bass. Yeah, brushes actuate mellow grooves. Rhythms fold into intimate corner spaces. Tradition the tone carries across wooden porches. Church bells chime faintly in the distance. Stories repeat over candlelit evenings. Notes linger in fading candle smoke. Yeah, traditional rhythm guides careful footsteps. Tambourines tap against polished stone floors. Hand claps mark soft improvised syncopation. Voices follow subtle internal pulse. Yeah, traditional melody drifts through empty halls. Piano hums under faded sheet music. Notes rise and fall without rush. Resonance lingers like unspoken memory. Folk tone colors the quiet night. Guitar hums beneath distant porch light. Wind carry melody across narrow streets. Steps align with notes in gentle time. Folk rhythm flows through crowded market squares. Feet tap on warm wooden floors. Drum beats echo beneath low-hanging lamps. Street performers trace patterns with soft hands. Folk memory rests in faded photograph corners. Stories fold into old leather albums. Faces smile through generations, soft lens. Time hums quietly behind yellow paper. Ancestral memory rises from rusted instruments. Banjo twangs under practiced hands. Melody drifts over open fields. Evening air vibrates with history's resonance. Generational echo hums across city rooftops. Notes travel through narrow streets and alleys. Windows vibrate with soft familiar rhythm. Subway tracks pulse beneath distant feet, yeah. Unstoppable echo anchors each passing shadow. Songs linger in quiet corners. Drum beats fold under fading sunlight. Rhythms trace patterns through old neighborhoods. Past music carries warmth into the night. Blues culture, soul culture, traditional tone. Traditional tone, traditional glitter, traditional melody, immerse softly. Folk memory resonates across generations, echo.
Personal space forms inside crowded rooms. Chairs arranged with careful distance. Glances measured across long tables. Unspoken rules hold steady ground. Personal boundary stands without announcement. Posture straight but never rigid. Hands rest open without tension. Voice settles into neutral cadence. Invisible boundary traces silent perimeter. Breath slows beneath composed expression. Eyes signal limits without hostility. Presence remains calm yet firm. Social boundary shifts with public rhythm. Crowds adjust to subtle signals. Footsteps redirect without collision. Air changes with quiet agreement. Quiet boundary protects fragile trust. Words chosen with deliberate pacing. Tone steady under rising pressure. Silence used instead of reaction. Emotional restraint guides difficult dialogue. Listening outweighs quick responses. Pauses anchor uncertain moments. Space allows reflection to grow. Emotional balance steadies internal currents. Heartbeat aligns with slow breathing. Thoughts settle into organized patterns. Energy flows without sharp spikes. Emotional control tempers heat and memory. Old arguments lose their urgency. Perspective widens beyond impulse. Calm replaces restless tension. Feeling weight presses but does not break. Shoulders carry honest reflection. Past lessons shape steady posture. Strength grows from quiet endurance. Feeling depth expands beneath surface talk. Questions linger without accusation. Eyes remain focused and present. Meaning moves below spoken language. Emotional soft tones ease confrontings. Expressions relax in an understanding. Edges smooth around fragile things. Dialogue breathes without force. Emotional calm closes a circle. Personal boundary remains respected. Invisible boundary holds its outline. Balance settles into lasting peace. Yeah. Lit experience drifts across crowded concert halls. Footsteps sync with distant Diamond Street hums. Live feel settles beneath overhead stage lights. Crowd sways slowly under warm neon reflections. Live energy rides soft drum and bass pulses. Guitar slides hum beneath ambient honey layers. Scent pads rise gently through attentive spaces. Every note carries in a rhythm and subtle. Inner flow folds into mellow nighttime textures. Vinyl crackles under patient musician hands. Ambient sounds drift through quiet rehearsal rooms. Notes settle carefully beneath warm overhead lamps. Inner rhythm hums beneath slow steady beats. Fingers tap gently along polished keyboard edges. Bass lines anchor subtle melodic transitions. Melodies ripple softly into attentive ears. Inner music glides through filled studio corners. Ambient hum blends with upright bassness. Guitar chords vibrate beneath practiced hands. Every note guides peaceful energy. Subtly peaceful energy drifts through dimly lit corridors. Footsteps echo lightly across polished floors. Notes rise and fall with unforced motion. Ambient layers blend with soft sonic pulses. Spiritual calm homes beneath late night city lights. Keys slide softly across warm wooden surfaces. Snare brushes whisper under gentle rhythmic melodies. Fold naturally into flippant air. Spiritual tone flows through attentive hush crowds. Guitar bends ripple beneath subtle piñatas. Ambient paths lift gently into quiet passages. Rhythms align with steady inner rhythm. Spiritual rhythm rides soft upright bass vibrations. Melodies drift across polished flow reflections. Every chord hums with attentive patient care. Ambient neon tones fold into gentle city quiet. Inner peace rises from quiet studio spaces. Notes resonate softly beneath flip lamp glow. Vinyl crackles carry rhythmic textures. Every sound blends into calm attentive flow. Inner voice guides measuring melodic gimp. Love is losing bent scent layered gently with soft percussion. Fingers trace sonic patterns carefully. Melodies drift slowly in the nighttime hush. Live experience, live feel, live energy. Inner flow, inner rhythm, inner music. Peaceful energy, spiritual calm, spiritual tone, spiritual rhythm. Inner peace, inner voice unite.
Runs beneath cracked floorboards. Dust settles over hidden geometry. Shadows move across silent panels. Night hum settles into low vibration. Insulated wire rests behind thin walls. Rubber cover shields the fragile spark. Plastic cover dull against fingertips. Current waits beneath quiet surface. Metal tip aligns with narrow port. Connector click snaps through still air. Small green light answers softly. Tension releases from stiff shoulders. Earlier there was signal break. Static crawled across the speakers. Blank screen glowed without meaning. Silence pressed against the room. Then a faint pulse returned. Signal restored, blinking in corner. Bars rise slowly from zero. Breath loosens in the dark. Cable coil unravels near table leg. Cable knot finally comes undone. Wire path straightens across wood grain. Movement replaces quiet hesitation. A voice filters through speaker mesh. Warmth replaces mechanical calm. Connection warm spreads through chest. Cold air loses its edge. Outside, city lights remain distant. Inside, screens no longer glare. Soft glow reflects in tired eyes. Room feels smaller, safer. Insulated wire hums gently now. No sparks under plastic cover. Energy flows without resistance. Pulse steadies with rhythm. No more searching for lost signal. No more staring at error signs. Connector clicks seal the gap. Distance shrank without movement. Wide path lies quiet beneath carpet. No one sees the hidden road. Yet something travels through it. Something warmer than voltage. Connection warm remains after call-ins. Room holds a softer presence. Signal restore fades into memory. Night hum feels almost human.
Crowded silence spreads across station platform. Crowd murmur rolls beneath concrete ceiling. Announcements echo through stale air. Suitcases scrape against tile floor. Market Street glows beyond glass doors. Street lights flicker over damp pavement. Plastic bag swings from tied hand. Traffic reflections smear across windows. Casual talk hovers near bus stop. Low conversation hides nervous laughter. Strangers share weather observations. Words dissolve in the engine noise. Crowd fade begins with the departing train. Footsteps scatter in widening gaps. Billboards glow without audience. Wind drifts through abandoned kiosks. Oh, 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 oh. Conversation stretches beneath awning. Rain taps steady against metal roof. Coffee cups cool on narrow ledge. Breath clouds briefly in cold air. Brief contact brushes passing shoulders. Apologies exchanged without true focus. Glances drop towards cracked pavement. Movement resumes without reflection. Meaningful pause interrupts routine chatter. Time seems suspended mid-sentence. Eyes lift from glowing screens. Silence gathers unexpected weight. Meaningful look lingers beyond politeness. Crowded silence sharpens around edges. Emotional tone deepens without volume. Street noise dulls in the background. Low conversation turns more deliberate. Stories surface from guarded places. Hands rest still on table legs. Rain slows in the scattered drops. Crowd memory forms in later fragments. Plastic bag rustles near empty bench. Distant siren bends through alleys. Night air cools heated thoughts. Casual talk no longer sufficient tonight. Late conversation searches deeper ground. Street lights reflect across wet asphalt. Breath steadies under dim canopy. Fades in the background haze. Crowded silence transforms into presence. Meaningful look, anchors fleeting connection. Market Street watch it without judgment.
Night culture hums under flickering street lamps. Footsteps echo across worn concrete sidewalks. Air vibrates with distant subway rhythms. Neon signs pulse a subtle urban life. Urban culture spreads through alleys and rooftops. Street performers weave melodies in the night. Graffiti colors vibrate in rhythmic harmony. Shadows dance beneath dim lamplight. Modern culture hums from open cafe windows. Soft speakers bleed electronic beats slowly. Crowds sway under warm neon haze. Laughter drifts in waves across cobbled streets. Sound culture blends vinyl crackle with rhythm. Kick drum hums beneath upright bass. Snare brushes whisper over soft piano. Notes float like smoke through evening air. Beat culture moves through crowded intersections. Feet tap in sync with distant horns. Hands clapping improvised grit code. CFO steps trace patterns across damp asphalt. Soulful feel carries through quiet conversations. Eyes meet with understanding beneath lamplight. Warmth lingers in small gestures and nods. Muffled laughter drifts past closed storefronts. closed storefronts. Mellow feel rises with gentle night air, breath slows under tall building shadows. Windows reflect soft gold and amber tone. Street corners hum with subtle harmony. Relaxed feel flows into deserted side streets. Wind moves lightly through open scaffolds. Doorways frame fleeting figures in mute emotion. City exhales beneath distant elevated trains. Real feel emerges in unnoticed moments. Hands brush over smooth brick edges. Footsteps echo quietly on polished stone. Neon signs flicker in hypnotic pose. Unforced field guides, night's final movement. Night culture, urban culture, modern culture, sound culture, beat culture. Saddle softly, soulful field drifts in the mellow morning. Soulful feel drifts in the mellow morning. Soulful feel drifts in the mellow morning. Night coach. Unforced field guides, night's final movement. Night culture, urban culture, modern culture. Sound culture, beat culture. Settle softly, soulful field drifts in the mellow morning.
Market Street glows beneath amber dust. Street vendor stacks crates in silence. Fruit stand colors dull under shadows. Engines idle along narrow curb. Grocery run ends with hurried steps. Quick purchase sealed by a tired knot. Paper bag rustles in cooling air. Shop doors close with hollow clang. Crowd fade begins at twilight edge. Crowd distance stretches across sidewalks. Voices thin into scattered echoes. Traffic lights blink without witness. Brief contact brushes near bus shelter. Sleeves graze beneath flickering lamp. Apologies offered with soft breath. Movement resumes without reflection. Eye contact lingers past safe timing. Shared look anchors uncertain space. Emotional tone shifts beneath restraint. Background noise slips into haze. Late conversation unfolds beside closed cafe. Chairs stacked behind foggy glass. Steam curls from takeaway cups. Night wind tugs, loose receipts. Meaningful silence rests between sentences. Bread visible in cooling street light. Hands steady against metal railing. Time loosens its rigid frame. Market Street empties into echo. Street vendor wheels car tall alley. Fruit stand tar pulled tight. Loose flyers scatter along pavement. Crowd distance dissolves into intimacy. Neon reflection, shimmering puddles. Low bass hum leaks from bar. Door shuts with muted thud. Late conversation deepens under awning. Rain traces silver lines on asphalt. Shared look grows more deliberate. Words slow into careful cadence. Meaningful silence no longer heavy. Crowd fade complete behind them. City breathes in softened rhythm. Night air holds quiet warmth. Eye contact steadies uncertain futures. Market Street watches without judgment. Crowd memory drifts into background. Conversation lingers beyond departure.
Market Street hums under orange street lights. Street vendors arrange, producing orderly rows. Fruit stand glows with apples and oranges. Paper bag flutters beside hasty shoppers. Grocery run pushes through early evening crowds. Crowd blur drifts along narrow sidewalks. Crowd fade softens distant city chatter. Footsteps merge with fading traffic echoes. Polite talk rises over cardboard boxes. Casual talk drifts under soft neon signs. Street vendors count coins and folded receipts. Plastic bag rustle as items are packed. Meaningful pause occurs at the corner stand. Hands linger over small purchases. Exchange held between fleeting glances. Eye contact softens transaction without words. Fate spreads across street intersections. Market hum shrinks to distant echoes. Street chatter thins, the shops close. Even air carries fame, warmth and dust. Paper bag crinkles beneath evening breeze. Grocery run completes in dim amber glow. Fruit stand shuts for night hours. Vendors fold tarps over wooden crates. Meaningful silence grows as shoppers leave. Sidewalks empty under fading neon. Crowd blur lingers on polished pavement. Night air holds calm reflection. Casual talk fades behind closed doors. Polite talk, now only memory. Evening hum echoes in empty alley. Street lamps flicker across silent brick. Crowd fade marks the closing market. Footsteps echo on wet cobblestone. Paper bag flutters one last time. Plastic wraps curl under lamplight. Oh, meaningful pause rests between last movements. Eye contact exchange without recognition. Hands fold over remaining items. Night absorbs the city's fading warmth. Market Street empties into quiet shadows. Crowd blur dissipates along narrow lanes. Fruit stand colors fade under moonlight. Street vendor hums softly to himself. Settles in a memory's echo. Meaningful silence rests on empty asphalt. Paper bag holds forgotten apples. Night carries soft whispers of the day.
Oh, no, no, no.
This music halls beneath dim studio lights. Fenders trace fretboards with patient intent. Recorded sound drifts through open microphones. Bass resonates softly through polished cardboard floors. Their vibe settles in the empty hallway corners. Sync pads rise with subtle mommy laying ambient hum threads through quiet air. Every chord flows with gentle energy. Live performance echoes across late night spaces. Drum beats tap softly on the calm snare brushes. Vinyl crackle mixes with low synth hums. Rhythms fold naturally into steady energy. Soft energy glides from muted amplified tones. Guitar band slide beneath patient fingertips. Ambient tones fill empty recording booths. Notes drift along polished walls with warmth. Calm energy hums in dimly lit corridors. Bass lines anchor subtle keyboard flourishes. Man brushes trace understated rhythmic patterns. Every melody flows with grounding energy. Low energy rise, slow synth waves, ambient reverbs echo across open spaces. Footsteps align with subtle mimic cues. Every note carries warm evening energy. Steady energy threads through rhythm repetition. Ambient drones wrap around melodic phrases. Guitar slides hum under reflective light, and soft percussion drifts alongside mellow beats. Balanced energy flows beneath blowing panels. Knobs turn gently, the sound subtly shifts. Recorder layers rise and fall organically. Every gesture folds into attentive listening. Grounded energy anchors intricate melodic lines. Fingers trace subtle harmonic inversions carefully. Ambient hum mixes with soft or bright bass rhythms post beneath measured studio lights. Warm energy rise, the fading vinyl hum. Notes linger across reflective floorboards. Keys slide smoothly under gentle touch. Melodies drift through attentive quiet space. Your gentle energy hums beneath recording room glow. Every chord resonates with patient intent. Ambient layers wrap around more mic texture. Sound flows naturally into soft evening calm. Soft energy. Calm energy. Soft energy. Calm energy. Steady energy. Balanced energy. Warm energy. Gentle energy. Loom energy. Low in music. Recorded sound. Live vibe. Live performance. Unite. Warm energy. Warm energy.
Crowded silence hums beneath neon lights. Street corners hold restless wanderers' shadows. Footsteps echo along rain-slick pavement. Neon signs flicker over empty crosswalks. Crowd murmur rises in distant plaza. Voices mingle yet remain undefined. Lives collide with traffic vibrations. Street lamps drip amber across the scene. Social silence builds inside narrow cafes. Small talk drifts over steaming ceramic mugs. Casual talk softens against low jazz. Conversation hums without a clear topic. Low conversation threads through dim bookstore pages. Rustle under hesitant fingers. Glances meet then shift quietly. Meaningful look bridges fleeting distance. Share look sparks behind cafe window. Brief contact lingers before hands retreat. Eyes follow shadows across wet sidewalks. Neon reflections ripple with subtle energy. Crowd distance widens along crowded subway. Bodies brush without acknowledgement. Headphones pulse to personal rhythm. Footsteps form a muted percussion track. Emotional tone rides over marketplace chaos. Street vendors call out over clinking coins. Fruit stands glow in soft lamplight. Tasty bags flap in the warm breeze.
Crowd hum returns to late evening streets. Faded conversations fold into shadows. Social silence grows with fading daylight. City exhales under glowing signs. Small talk softens under quiet lamplight. Low conversation lingers inside alley. Bar conversation drifts with mellow tone. Soft conversation hums across empty chairs. Meaningful pause stretches across top floors. Footsteps halt and resume slowly. Eyes meet and retreat politely. Share look carries subtle acknowledgement. Crowd memory folds into individual echoes. Street murmur drifts into distant night. Brief contact imprints fleeting attention. Emotional tone holds without assertion. Crowded silence drifts along empty sidewalks. Social silence folds into midnight calm. Meaningful look fades into memory. City exhales under soft dim lights.